Hey all, it is time for Jason's Thoughts. Today I want to talk about face-to-face meetings, the big ones, like the national ones where people fly in from coast to coast. It's like, 2 or 3 days of meetings. Let me first off by saying, thank goodness they're back. I think a lot of businesses are coming back from COVID and getting out of what is a lot of virtual meetings. Although they're convenient and easy, there's just so much more value when it comes to face. And so, I hope more and more businesses get to that spot, because I think that virtual, it's tough, right? The first thing is like everybody's staring at a screen. And generally speaking, you only have one person talking at a time. Even if you do breakout rooms really effectively, it's hard to truly collaborate because, again, people are like, oh, you off mute, on mute, blah, blah, blah. And, when it comes to like thought-provoking questions, often you only hear it from the brave, and those that might be a little bit more quiet generally don't put their hand up because it's pretty intimidating. All of a sudden you really are the center of attention, and it doesn't feel necessarily real because it's just a whole bunch of videos of people's faces. So, there's a place for virtual, but bring on face-to-face. That's the real win. Now, here are my thoughts really on maximizing a face-to-face. Okay, so you travel in. The next morning, you start with your breakfast and certainly coffee. That's always where I'll start. And you might find yourself sitting at a table with people of your group, the same group you work with each and every day. Hey, that's a good place to start. Good to connect with your people. But you know what? I think the real value is in a face-to-face meeting is going and mingling with other tables. Get out of your silo. Often when we work with one group, we have common goals, we have things that we're winning at or things that are working on. You tend to be in the same track of mind. And where I think the real value is, beyond the content of whatever the meeting has, is really jumping out of that silo, out of that group, and going to introduce yourself to another group. Now, I get it. Some people may have fears of coming to a table and introducing yourself. I get that, we're not all extroverts. Some of us are introverted, but I'm here to tell you that it's not high school. When you're in business, you're all there for the same reason. You're all eating the same breakfast. You all do the same kind of job. And get that fear of rejection out of your head, because honestly, as much as you can gain insight from another group of people, they can also equally gain insight from you. So it's a two-way win. But often I think people forget that we are all in this together, and they get a little fearful of the awkward kid in the whatever, trying to intermingle with a group, and just don't think that's the case for business. So take yourself out of your comfort zone and go introduce yourself to other groups at breakfast, at lunch, at coffee break, at dinner, wherever the time presents itself. Go for it, because I think there is absolutely massive value in that. It builds out your network. It gives you other people to leverage. If you're struggling, whatever it may be, it's just good. So that's my first point. Cross-pollinate. I've said it before. I've dedicated vlogs just about cross-pollination, but this is the prime opportunity. When you're working in your store and you don't get to connect with people outside of your store group, take face-to-faces as the opportunity to do so. You'll not regret it. My other point of this is like, again, if you're flying in, it's an overnight thing, you got multiple days, take the whole time. Yes, your meetings may be from 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 or whatever it may be, and then you're going out for dinner or whatever, maybe go with a small group, but like maximize that time. Don't go back to the hotel room and watch Netflix. Like, you can do that at any time. Take the time to continue to connect with people outside of the meeting. The meeting is focused on certain areas of business or conversation or learnings, but you don't get to make small talk actively as easily. But all this time, 24 hours in the day, you're going to sleep, 6 or 7 hours. If you're me, maybe 3 or 4, because I love to collaborate with people, whatever it may be. Take the time, sit down in the hotel lobby, have a couple drinks or whatever, just shoot the breeze. Even if you're just connecting as humans, there's just so much value in what I would call the meeting after the meeting. So maximize that face time, because it does go beyond just the confines of the meeting. You're all there kind of hanging out and, eating and learning and all that good stuff. You might as well maximize the time rather than sitting in your hotel room doing nothing. Right? So, words of wisdom. Cross-pollinate 100%. Get out of your silo. Introduce yourself. Network. Build connections beyond your 4 walls. And 2, maximize that entire time. You flew across the country for meetings, and for 3 days or 4 days or 2 days, that's a lot of time to build further connections, build further learnings outside of the confines of the meeting, which are also going to be awesome and amazing. And I guarantee you'll win in so many ways as a leader, networking, etc., etc. So that's it. Have fun at your face-to-face, and be kind to one another. Stay humble. Work hard. And just remember, we're all too blessed to be stressed.